Hello everyone, welcome to today's lesson, and we are doing a title called Delivery Debacle. And let's move on to language focus. 1번. The customer said that their son had just climbed all 29 flights of stairs, and it was the driver's job to do likewise. Use do likewise. Let's highlight this. Use do likewise to describe taking the same action as was just mentioned. Okay, so when we do something likewise, to do likewise, basically 똑같이 or 비슷하게. So to do something likewise, to do the same as the action that was just mentioned. Let's have a look at our first example. Eric's ex-girlfriend told him that she had moved on. So 에릭이 전 여자친구는 에릭에게 그녀가 그를 잊었고 에릭도 그렇게 해야 한다고 말했습니다. Move on in this situation. What does it mean? Okay. In this situation, it doesn't mean like to move from one place to another. What it does mean is to recover after a breakup. So Eric's girlfriend has moved on, and Eric should do the same. Eric should do likewise. 똑같이 해야 합니다. Recover. Let's have a look at the other example. My older brother became a doctor, and my parents wanted me to do likewise. So 친형은 의사가 되었고 부모님도 내가 의사가 되기를 원하셨다. So my older brother, he became a doctor. 의사가 됐습니다. And my parents, 우리 부모님들은 wanted me, 내가 의사가 되기를 원했다. They wanted me to do likewise. They wanted me to be the same. So a simple way of explaining it is my brother became a doctor and my parents wanted me to become a doctor as well. Now let's move on to 2번. So if the driver was expecting some appreciation for climbing 44 flights of stairs for the customer, she was in for a disappointment. In for is what we're going to look at next. When we use in for, we use it with a noun to express somebody is going to experience something. It is often used with the words treat, surprise, shock, and disappointment. So they say use with a noun to express somebody is going to experience something. So the person, the subject, 주어, let's say the be verb, 비동사, for, be in, in, for, usually like a noun, but let me tell you the way we use it. So quite often you'll hear in for a treat, in for a surprise, in for a shock. They say here, in for a disappointment. I personally don't use that. I haven't heard it very much, but let's not forget about it. I personally don't use it, but that's not to say other people don't use it. Okay, so in for a treat, in for a surprise, in for a shock, in for a disappointment. So if I say in for a treat, it's like saying like 죽일 수 있는 or 기대해도 좋은. Treat does not mean 간식 in this situation. In other situations, like would you like a treat? 간식 줄까? Like that's what we mean. In this situation, it's more of a sarcastic 비꼬는 말. Sarcastic way of saying you're in for a treat. Sarcastic 비꼬다, right? Okay. In for a treat, in for a surprise. In for a surprise, like 놀라고시다. It might be a surprise. In for a shock, 충격을 받을 것이다. In for a disappointment, 실망할 것이다. We use it in this situation. Okay, so let's have a look at the examples. If you hope to get rich by playing the lottery, you're probably in for a disappointment. So 만약에 당신이 복권을 하면서 부자가 되기를 원한다면 아마 실망할 것이다. You're in for a treat. Oh, you're in for a disappointment, sorry. Yes. As I said, I personally don't use in for a disappointment or I don't really hear it that much. However, some people out there do most likely use in for a disappointment. And the second example, if you've got reservations at Sana's restaurant, you're in for a treat. In this situation, it's not sarcastic, it's being genuine. So, in for a treat. So, 사내의 레스토랑에 예약이 되어 있다면 아마 좋을 것 같아요. You'll like it. That's the sort of meaning that is coming from you're in for a treat. You're going to enjoy it. Alright, now let's move on to the language focus quiz. 1번. Became famous as a and now many other people hope to do likewise. Let's keep a simple answer. He became famous as a YouTuber. And now many other people hope to do likewise. So 그는 유튜버로 유명해졌고 이제 많은 다른 사람들도 그렇게 하기를 희망한다. People these days want to become YouTubers, and they usually look at other people as inspiration. 2번. Some of my friends, but I wouldn't want to do likewise. Alright, want to do likewise. So some of my friends want to drink themselves to death, but I wouldn't want to do likewise. So 제 친구들 중 몇몇은 죽을 때까지 술을 마시지만 저는 그렇게 하고 싶지 않아요. So some of my friends like to drink so much that they pass out. I wouldn't want to do that. 3번. You're in for a surprise if you think. So in for. Let's say you're in for a surprise if the boss is going... If you think the boss is going to be happy. Alright. So, 팀장님, 부장님, 상사가 기뻐할 거라고 생각하면 아마 깜짝 놀랄 거야. He's not going to be happy or she's not going to be happy. This is used in that sarcastic way. 이게 비꼬는 말이에요. This is sarcasm. In reality, he will be probably angry. So remember, you can use in for a surprise, in for a treat as sarcastic or genuine. 4번. People who visit are in for a treat. People who visit South Korea are in for a treat. 한국을 방문한 사람들은 기분이 좋을 것이다. 너무 예쁘니까. Alright, now let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. Which delivery apps do you use? Have you left a negative review? 어떤 배달 앱을 사용하세요? 당신은 부정적인 리뷰를 남긴 적이 있습니까? I use Coupang Eats a lot, and I also use Coupang, just the regular Coupang app for groceries or for this and that. I've never left a negative review before. I think even if the food is bad, it's best just not to leave a review at all. I'm also quite lazy when it comes to leaving reviews. If the food is really good, I'll leave a positive review. If the food is really bad, I won't leave any review at all. 2번. Under what circumstances do you think restaurants should be able to get rid of negative reviews? If an unhappy customer leaves a very damaging review, do you think owners should be allowed to take legal action against them? Why or why not? Simply 식당들이 부정적인 평가를 제거하는 것이 괜찮은 때는 언제인가? 손님들이 나쁜 후기를 남기면 식당 주인이 삭제해도 되나요? I honestly don't think they should be able to get the negative reviews removed. If you have a list of positive reviews and then one negative review, most people would assume that person just had a bad experience, and it doesn't seem to be happening very often, so I will still trust the restaurant. So I don't think it's that damaging to a restaurant. If you start to see negative reviews all the time through that application or whatever, blog, etc., then that is most likely the restaurant's problem. But one bad review out of many is not to be taken seriously. Anyway, that wraps it up for today, and we'll see you in the next class.
Grin and bear it.
Grin and bear it.
Out of service.
Out of service.
Dash.
Dash.
Flight of stairs.
Flight of stairs.
Trudge.
Trudge.
In tears.
In tears.